All right, guys, welcome back to another edition of Throwback Thursday. We are going back to the mid-2000s as we've got two very special guests today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So, Kevin Murphy, why don't you take it away first?
What's up, everyone? I'm a Conway Rec summer camp staff alum from one summer, just 2014. But prior to that, I helped Coach Lane run the T-ball program for a couple springs before that while in college. Just 2014 for me, and then I'll pass over to Ricky.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Hey, everyone, I'm Ricky Goodrow. Like Kevin, I worked at the Rec one summer. That was 2010. But prior to that, I helped out Coach Lane with pond hockey at the rink.
So obviously just 1 year for each of you and for different circumstances. So Ricky, kind of give a little bit of background. Obviously, most of the kids who are watching at home probably know you're the current SAU 9 resource officer and work for the Conway Police Department. But when you finished that 1 year at the Rec, you went in and kind of had a good experience, I think, for you. And so tell people about what you did.
Okay, yeah. So I worked at the Rec in 2010 after I graduated from Kennett. Played some junior hockey afterwards, but made the decision to join the United States Marine Corps. So that following summer, I was in South Carolina at Parris Island going through Marine Corps basic training.
All right, and obviously now you've been at the Conway PD for how many years?
I've been there 6 years. I got back home in 2014 from the Marines, and I've been working at Conway PD ever since.
So, Kevin, your career obviously took you through hockey, played at Assumption. Kind of tell about that experience and then what you're currently doing working over in Maine now.
Yeah, definitely. So similar to Ricky, I played a year of junior hockey after high school at Kennett, and then attended Assumption in Worcester, Mass. So was at school there and played hockey there for 4 years. And then now that I've been out of school for a few years, and for the last 2.5 years, I've been working for the Maine Mariners pro hockey team in Portland, doing marketing and sales there. They're the AA affiliate of the New York Rangers. So I know a lot of people at Conway Rec are familiar with the Sea Dogs. So kind of the Sea Dogs equivalent to the Red Sox is what the Maine Mariners are to the New York Rangers.
So we've been on here for a couple of minutes, guys. You guys have told about your history, when you started at the Rec, what you're currently doing, and neither of you have mentioned that you also are members of the Frechette Tire hockey program. And so I think Coach Frechette is probably going to be a little disappointed if he sees this interview. So let's get started. Let's talk about the Rec. Each of you worked a summer there. Looking back at it, guys, what do you think? What was your favorite game, activity to play when we were back at the old Rec back in the day?
For me, I would say, my favorite activity would be floor hockey, for obvious reasons. But I know that all the counselors, even the ones that didn't play hockey growing up, all had a great time, and I know all the campers really enjoyed it too. So we had a lot of good tournaments. It was actually really nice whenever it was rainy. A lot of camps, rainy days are the tough ones, but rainy days at the Rec were oftentimes the best days because it meant you got to play floor hockey all day and in between games just watch movies. So I loved rainy days there as a counselor just because it was an excuse to play floor hockey all day with the kids. So, I would say floor hockey for sure.
Ricky?
All right, I will not say floor hockey, just to mix it up a little bit, even though that's one of the best activities at the Rec. But I also really like dodgeball. Another activity you can do when it rained out. Everyone got involved. It was a lot of fun. So, I think dodgeball was my favorite one.
We don't let the counselors play dodgeball anymore, Ricky, for obvious reasons. So it may not be your favorite one if you were a counselor today. So. So now going off-site trips was certainly something we all love to do, that break. What was your favorite trip to attend when we went? Ricky, we'll start with you this time.
Okay. Favorite trip? That's a toss-up. I mean, they're all really good trips. They're all a lot of fun for the kids and counselors alike. So I'll pick two. Obviously, the Portland Sea Dogs game is really cool. Growing up, I was really into baseball, liked going to Portland and watching the game. And I think for a kid being at those games, it's one of the best ballparks you can go to. Not only because of the game, but they have so much else going on besides the game. Like between the innings, they have the condiment race, and they got all the mascots walking around and different things going on, and the pizza pie competition. So that one's really cool. And then I like Whale's Tail. When I was a camper as a kid, Whale's Tail was always my favorite field trip. And as a counselor, Whale's Tail was a ton of fun as well. It's a really cool water park. They got a ton of stuff there. And it's good for, the older kids and the younger kids. There's, always something fun to do there. And it's like every other year they have some new feature there. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, similar to Ricky, I really like the water parks. And I know the kids really enjoyed going there. So mine were probably Aquaboggan and Whale's Tails. Especially Aquaboggan has the wave pool and the racing slides. So I know that gets competitive with the kids and the counselors, especially you, Coach. I know everybody always has a really good time when we go to both those water parks. It's just one of those days where you're lucky to be able to be outside and in the water and stuff. It's kind of crazy that's your job and you're getting paid to do that during the summer. So those would definitely be my favorite ones.
Awesome. Yeah, it's surprising you said Aquaboggan though. A lot of the counselors not a huge fan of Aquaboggan, but I love Aquaboggan. It's one of my favorite places to go. I think they have the best wave pool, just because of kind of the setup of it. I know Whale's Tail is probably a little bit bigger, but it's one of my favorite trips to go to. So, also at the Sea Dogs game this year, I did catch a foul ball. I don't know if you guys heard that. Not a big deal, but so I know barehanded caught it. Yep. So
did you give it to a kid or keep it?
I gave it to Aiden. I gave it to my kid. So yeah. So, but Kenzie was there. Kenzie was right behind me, so he can attest. I caught it clean. So, but so now let's. This has been an interesting question that's raised a lot of controversy over the few weeks we've been doing this. If you were on a deserted island with any current or past staff member, who would it be and why?
Current or past? I think I'm going to go with Brady Lloyd. During the one summer I worked with him, he's a wicked funny guy. He's a really nice guy too. So he's great to hang out with, and he keeps everybody entertained just by chirping different people and always just having fun all the time. So I think Brady would be a fun person to have to be stuck with.
All right. That's a good one. Ricky?
All right. That's a tough one too, but I think I'm going to go with Swagger.
You don't need to suck up to me right now, Ricky.
No, I'll tell you why. I know you're a big Survivor fan. I know you watch Survivor all the time. So I feel like if we were stuck on an island, you would probably know what to do, or at least be able to tell me every single Survivor episode ever. So give us something to do at least right off the bat. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we'd make it and it wouldn't be boring. So.
Well, I appreciate that, Ricky. You made my day.
I have a backup pick as well.
All right. Who's your backup pick?
In terms of survival mode as well, I would my backup pick would be long-term rec alum Garrett Meador, also a member of Frechette Tire Hockey. He's got a lot of instincts in the wild. Also a fun guy to hang out with. So, a real throwback pick with Garrett as a secondary survival pick for the island.
Well, last week we had Casey Mickle on. Ricky, did you work with Casey?
Yes, I did. I worked with Casey 1 year. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, so Casey picked Garrett as well. So that's 2 picks now for Garrett now. So he's going up there. It is a good pick. I am surprised though, Kevin. You have 2 brothers and soon to be a 3rd brother who have worked at the Conway Rec, and you didn't pick them as your survival mates. So I don't know what that says about the sibling Murphy family there. So
we're stuck with each other a lot of the time anyways. Not so much anymore, but And then also, I don't think anybody in our family has the most outdoor skills when it comes to survival mode. We're not big campers or fishers or hunters, so I think choosing somebody with all the same attributes as me wouldn't be a very smart pick.
That's smart. That's why you went to college. So last question here. Kind of off the cuff here. Do you guys have like a favorite memory when you look back at working that one summer you each had working at the rec? I've got a couple that come to mind of each of you working, but do you guys have something that kind of pops up? Well, I'll go right now. I'll start with you, Kevin. When I look back at the year you worked, I remember all the time you had your phone out and you were constantly videotaping me. And then at the end of the year video, you surprised everyone with a highlight video that was just of me, which was pretty funny. So still to this day, I get quite a few people that talk about that. So do you still have that video?
Yeah, I have it on this very computer that I'm zooming on. So I think we might have to bring that up for a Rec Throwback Thursday. Maybe post it on Facebook.
All right, maybe we could send Robbie Moody, who's going to edit this, a little clip, and he can just give a brief preview of it.
Do you have volume?
Yeah.
Stick guys, coach.
When I met you in the summer, so my heart beat sound.
Glimmer.
We fell in love as the leaves turn brown. We could be together, babe. As long as you act so innocent now. Right so soon.
It's a pretty good throw right there. It's the Cannon Mountain Rim Trail right there.
Was that Kendall?
Yeah, it was Kendall.
This is a good shot.
Those are way. That's our river spot now that we swim every day. Colby Lock.
Ads.
Look at me. I'm going no blocker there.
That's risky.
Yeah. This is the shot. This is coming into Saco. I remember that. It's Kevin Murphy.
Yes.
But that was, I remember coming up to the stoplight in Saco when you in the backseat of the bus, like video. I'm like, what is he videotaping me for? So, so that was quite a time. I remember that. So, Ricky, you got anything that's come to mind yet, or maybe just what the overall experience in that 1 year meant working at the rec?
Okay, it's not just about having fun. You're responsible for children, and you're responsible for everyone's well-being. So that first field trip was good. It kind of made me realize that it wasn't all fun and games. And then my second memory was actually the following summer when I was at Paris Island, hating life. If anyone's ever been to Marine Corps basic training, it's not fun. And I was there May, June, July, so it was like the hottest weather I've ever been in my entire life up to that point. And the only way you can communicate with the outside world is every couple nights you get to write like 1 or 2 letters home. And when you get mail, you're in formation basically in the squad room or in the squad bay at position of attention at your locker, and they call out your name for whatever mail you have. And I remember one night the drill instructor called my name, and he had this very disgusted look on his face, like he was not happy with me for whatever reason. So I walk up to where you get the mail, and he pulls out this big envelope, like probably the size of a small UPS box, and he hands it to me and doesn't say anything, and I walk away. And when we get cleared to open the mail, I saw where it was from. It was from Conway Rec, and inside the envelope was about probably over 100 cards from kids at the rec, basically wishing me good luck, thank you for your service, stuff like that. So it really hit home that people back home are thinking of me. And it made that connection with the kids really special. And I actually carried all those letters with me 2 years later when I was in Afghanistan. So kind of a cool thing.
That's definitely a cool story. Good luck topping that one there, Kevin.
Yeah, I have nothing comparable to that. I would say the closest thing I might have is, a few years later now, being in Maine with the Mariners, and being able to have groups come out from Conway Rec is definitely really fun. It means a lot to me, just to be able to have the organization from my hometown that I've been around for so long and worked with for a few years, come out to Portland and attend our games. It's really nice to be with a familiar group and see all the faces and let them enjoy a game and just kind of see everybody again.
Absolutely. And for those who don't know, Kevin got our teen center their own suite at a game this year. One of our teen center members or a couple ripped off their shirts on the Jumbotron and waved their shirts around their heads. So not sure that'll happen again. But,
anonymous member.
Yeah. But guys, I want to really thank you for coming on here today and sharing some memories, some funny memories from back in the day. You guys both have left your footprint and are still certainly involved. Ricky, with you from the Conway PD end, and Kevin, as your family continues to move their way through here as we welcome another Murphy into hopefully this year's summer program. So I appreciate you guys taking the time, and I hope you guys stay well, stay healthy.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, Coach. We definitely appreciate it anytime.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. Stay safe as well, and roll tire.